Hey, I want to apologize before I make this video to all my peoples because I'm gonna put this on both my channels. I have two of them. If you didn't know, I have two channels. And for all my DTF people, I am sorry. DTF sublimation, embroidery, whatever it is you watch my channel for. I apologize. I just felt like I had to share this message, and I hope you listen. If you don't want to, you can just skip this video. This is just something I just hit me, and I felt like I just needed to share it. Um, do you ever realize how racism, better known to me as hateism, because that's technically what it is. You hate people for things they have absolutely no control over. Zero. You can't control these things, but people hate you for them. Because remember, you don't. The people who hate you, they've never met you. You have absolutely nothing to do with their lives, and they hate you because of other reasons, like where you live, where you grow up, who your parents are. There's more as I go through. I'll probably bring them up, but it's mind blowing, right? And they call it racism, but it's hate. It's pure adulterated hate, right? So it's not racism, it's hateism. Has nothing to do with race, just to do with they hate you, right? That's me. This is how my brain works. As y'all know, my brain don't work the way like everybody else's does. So let's talk more about this. If you grow up in the United States, let's start with the United States because they're kind of one of the biggest offenders, hands down. All right. In recent days, not back in the past, because what the biggest offenders is, let's face it, Hitler. You can't get no bigger offender than that. And before him, it was the British with the Crusaders, and before that it was somebody else. I don't remember. No, the Egyptians enslaved an entire race, and then they turned around and killed off all the people in. Let's talk. And you see what I'm talking about? It's not racism. It's hateism. Has nothing to do with your race. They just want to hate you. Because let's face it, the people in Israel and the people in Gaza are roughly the same race. They're not that far off. Get my point now? Hateism. They hate each other for stuff they can't control. Literally can't control it, but they hate them. Not sure why people are like this. Just dumb, stupid, and ignorant. And that's the honest truth. Dumb, stupid, and ignorant. That's why they're like this. So, let me try to get my thoughts collected while I talk. So, you born, again, start with the United States, in, say, Ohio. Because they love talking about Ohio eating dogs and cats, especially Trump. One side of Ohio, you're black, and that's where you're born. The other side of Ohio is white. That's where another person's born, right? And the thing is, you cannot control your parents. That's a fact of life. So because the person who was born in the black neighborhood, right, the kid in the white neighborhood hate the one in the black neighborhood. And just as the one in the white neighborhood didn't get to choose his parents, so did the one in the black neighborhood didn't get to choose his or her parents. But yet still the one in the white neighborhood hates the one in the black neighborhood. Do you see the dumb, stupid ignorance yet? Don't make no sense, does it? So, let's go a little further. You're born in the United States. Someone was born in, say, Ghana, or Nigeria, or Guyana, or Puerto Rico, or Mexico, or Canada, or, I don't know, England, or Spain, or pick a country. Really don't matter at this point. Right? And the person in the United States hate all them people just because they didn't born in the United States. And none of them people have absolutely zero to do with the person who live in the United States. They can't make their bills high. They can't make their lives any more complicated. They can't lie, cheat, and steal from them because they have nothing to do with them. Right? The odds of these people coming to the United States and going in their neighborhoods are literally slim to zero. But yet still, they hate them anyways. How much sense does that make? Now, the thing with how Russia and China and all these other adversaries of the United States and the UN slowly toppling the UN is quite simple, really. Even though they're supposed to be the United Nations, they're not united at all. And they're not united because of their hateism. And that's all they have been using to whittle them down. They're just literally using their hate against them. Because each country hates each other country that's in the same union. And that's how they're dismantling the United Nations. This is not some far out mind blowing tactic. This is like grade school stuff. This is what you do with your friend when you don't want your friend to talk to another friend. You use their hate for the friend against them. I mean, this is stuff you do, grade school stuff. Oh, you know that bro, that girl said about you. You know what this boy said about you. Grade school stuff, and that's all they're doing to break up the United Nations. To break up the United States right now, the United States enemies are doing just that. Using Americans' hate against them. Because, I'm going to say it, the racist, white supremacist group in America can't realize that their hate is the reason why America's falling. And it has nothing to do with any other group, any other whatever. It's just them. And then every other ethnicity who's trying to be white supremacists like them is also the reason why everything's failing. So the Cubans and the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans and the Guatemalans or whatever the hell they want to call themselves, and the Haitians and the blacks and every race who voted as a maggot or voted for the maggots, supported the maggots, or voted for the maggot movement, they use that hate against you and the United States because you voted to support white supremacy. You voted to support hate. All Russia did was very simple. Very, very, very simple. It was the simplest tactic. Again, simplest tactic. Book stuff. Grade school stuff. Okay? What they did was they started a war in Ukraine. As you can see, the war is pretty much ending. Not even 10 days, Trump's in office. No, sorry, not even a month, Trump's in office. Putin wants to stop the war. Again, Putin wants to stop the war. It's not because he's losing, because he never wanted to win in the first place. That's my fervent belief. Again, you believe what you want to believe. I'm not here to shove anything down anybody's throat. Okay? Putin didn't want to win. He just wanted to come up with a reason to make the hateful people have a reason to hate. The same way the entire maggot movement has a reason to hate. The whole maggot movement has always been about hate. Hate this one, hate that one, hate the left, hate the right, hate the middle. If you don't vote for me, you're hateful. That was the entire messages out of their mouth. You didn't want to hear it. That's up to you. I'm not here to shove anything down your throat. You believe what you want to believe. But that was the messaging. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to ask you one question. And you ask 20 other maggots. And if you get the same exact answer, then I'll believe you. But I know for a fact you'll never get the same answer. Because nobody can ever answer this question the same way. Make America great again. Here's a question. When was America great to make it great again? Two. Because that just saying making America great again is saying that America was great at some point in history. When in history was that? And if you ask 20 maggots what that date was, you're going to get 20 separate different answers. So it was never about unity. It was always about hate. Always. And even make it even more proof that it was about hate. Every law they brought up had to do with deportations, slavery, taking people's rights away, hurting people, and cutting benefits for people who absolutely need it. Oh, and removing equal rights for everybody else. All hate. But they voted for that anyways. And Russia just exploited that by causing the war in Ukraine. Again, they didn't want to win. They just started it. Just because they didn't care to win it. They just wanted something to divert the United States people to make them think that the war was blah 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 blah. I don't know what excuse to come up with, because it was anything I say is an excuse. Okay. It was just a diversion for them to spread propaganda and lies through the American information system. That's what that war was about. They started it so they can spread information, poor information. That's what it was about. To tell the American people all kind of lies. How the American people how the American government spending their money in Ukraine, how they're dumping all the United States money in Ukraine, spending their tax money in Ukraine. You know, you're spending all your tax money in Ukraine. Anything to make American people feel like they should hate the Ukrainians and not help anybody else. Again, exploiting the hate from Americans. Sorry, that's my glasses. I hit it off. They wanted to exploit the hate that Americans have, and exploit it they did. And then what did they do? They start the second prong attack. The second prong was get the guy in Israel to attack all them people in, I forget what that place is, Palestine. That was the second prong attack. All right. Now that attack was pretty neat too, because what they did was start a genocide, right? And they get this one side so riled up, right, to the point where they feel like nobody's helping them, while in the meantime spreading false information that nobody wants to help them, when there was people actively trying to help them. While in the United States, a group actively sabotaging the efforts to help them. Mind blow. Great school stuff. This is not just this is not even bad. This is not like some genius technical warfare and information warfare. This is great. This is stuff you do when in primary school with your friends. Your friend talking to somebody you don't like, but you want them to stop. So what you do, you set two different friends on them, and then you go, hey, you know, this person did this, and then you get your other friend over there to come and say some bad stuff about the other one, and then your other friend sabotaging the conversation, you know, the other one going behind the other one back and saying some stuff in the ears. That's what they did. Grade school stuff. But it worked. Just because of hateism. And now, here these people are, running around with guns, acting like they're emboldened now because they hateism. I don't know, they felt like they hateism win something. I don't know what they think they hateism won. They think they hateism won a trophy or something. But the only thing your hateism won was a trophy to the graveyard. This is not the 1920s or the 1600s or whatever. This is the year 2025. The same people who have emboldened you to be hateful has also made it easy for you to get killed. And y'all seem to forget that part. And I think that's the part they missed, like the biggest part of the detail. The same people who has emboldened you is the same people who have literally made it easy for you to get shot and killed. The same people who have defunded the police, the same people who have undermined the judicial system, the same people who have undermined the law, the same people who don't care about it, the same people who are above it, in some sense, are the same people who are telling you to be hateful. So when you end up 6'6", they will not be affected by it. And they know this. This is why they did it. Because they don't care nothing about you. So y'all can keep go ahead and being hateful all you want to. And don't see that your hate is why you're in the position you're in right now. Stop being so hateful. Hate don't get us anywhere. And again, I'm some crazy person from nowhere saying some crazy stuff.